Am I the a-hole for refusing to pay for my daughter's wedding, even if I promised to? My 39 male daughter, 21 female, is going to get married this June. Since she was a little girl I promised to pay for her wedding, but something happened 2 days ago that made me change my mind. Background. My ex-wife and I had our daughter at a very young age, 18, we got married. After 6 years of marriage I could find myself and come out to my wife. She understood and we had a very amicable divorce and split custody. My daughter was always daddy's girl and always got along well with my partner, 38 male, of 14 years. She is planning her wedding, I was paying for it, and let me know a few things she wanted for her special day. Since their future in-laws are so conservative and religious, my husband is not allowed to attend the wedding. I said, okay, it's your day. My son, too, can't attend either. No, it's not going to be a child-free wedding. I can't talk about my lifestyle because she doesn't make her in-laws uncomfortable. Therefore, I told her that if her in-laws are so important, they should pay for the wedding. She got mad at me and called me a child and said that if I keep on with this attitude, she'll ask her Phil to walk her down the aisle. Then I said, fine, if my family isn't welcomed and I'm excluded, I'm not paying for the wedding. She was furious and said I was being selfish, picking favorites and not thinking about her at all. She complains that they can't afford the wedding since they are both too young and reminded me it was a promise I made. Everyone including her mom is calling me selfish, so am I the a-hole here? Am I the a-hole for removing the bedroom lock after my husband ignored a family emergency? Background about my husband, he stays up late at night and has to wake up early to go to work. So when he gets home at 5, he has to get his 2 hours nap so he could both make up for lack of sleep and also be ready to stay up late to play with his console. He values his sleep and has one rule in the house that he enforces strictly, which is to not be interrupted while sleeping. He literally put a sign on the bedroom door saying do not wake me up under any circumstances, just no, unless someone's hurt or dead though. In this case he said he still wouldn't be of much help anyway. The kids and I would sometimes wake him up but for serious reasons. He got mad and started locking the door. I get no access to the room for 2 hours, but that's not the main problem. This past Tuesday, my 3-year-old son had hot oil spill on his hand while his 14-year-old sister was cooking. I heard him scream and saw that the oil was covering his hand and half of his arm. I brought the first aid kit, but he was in so much pain and his skin looked really bad. I rushed to wake my husband up. I kept knocking but got no response, so I tried to open it, but it was locked. I spent a while between knocking on the door, he had his phone turned off, and getting dressed after my daughter asked the neighbor to drive us to the hospital. I couldn't waste more time cause my son was crying. The neighbor took us to the hospital and I couldn't help feel livid the whole time. We got home and my husband was pacing around asking wherever were and why I didn't answer his texts. I blew up on him after I showed him our son's injury and told him that I pounded on the door to wake him up, but he said had his earbuds on and didn't hear a thing. I called him reckless and neglectful for ignoring a family emergency. He said I could say the same thing about myself for leaving our son unsupervised and causing him to get a burn. I stopped arguing and went to remove the bedroom door lock. He started yelling at me saying I had no right. I refused to respond, I just walked off to calm down. He didn't stop complaining, calling me bossy and saying that by removing the lock, I've destroyed his peace and quiet and caused him sleep deprivation. He's insisting I put it back, but I refused. I could be wrong for what I've done, but I was frustrated and mad. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for telling my son to leave my house after he announced his engagement? My son Adam's, 24, best friend Carlos, 25, passed away over 2 years ago in a car accident. This loss completely devastated Adam to the point where he lost his job. They were like brothers and our family have known his family for years. So we're also very devastated over this loss. Carlos left behind his girlfriend and their now 4-year-old son. We don't know his girlfriend too well, since he didn't bring her around much, they were on and off till their son was born. Adam told me he had been seeing and taking care of Carlos's family's needs, which is great. We were glad he was stepping up to make sure that Carlos's family were getting help. Adam also got a new job and we sort of had limited contact for few months. He started visiting us lately and looked different in general. He is now more calm and smiles more often and is even open to talk about Carlos without getting too emotional. I was relieved and happy for him, but last week he contacted me and his dad and said he had something to tell us. He visited and brought Carlos's girlfriend and child with him. We had dinner and then all of a sudden he told us that he and Carlos's girlfriend have started dating and announced their engagement there. I was in shock, I didn't expect this at all. I didn't know what to say, but I felt upset and shocked mostly. Adam noticed my reaction and asked what's wrong. I told him I never expected him to get with his best friend's partner, of all people, and talked about how bad this would look to Carlos's family who are close friends to ours. Carlos's girlfriend excused herself and her son to the bathroom and Adam and began arguing. He went on about how I upset his fiancée and that I should be supporting him, but I said that he should have told me and that he shouldn't have got together with his best friend's partner and perhaps use her grief to get her to date him. He acted shocked and called me unbelievable. That's when I asked him to leave my house. He got up and left with them. My husband said I messed up by making a scene and reacting the way I did. I went upstairs and stayed alone for an hour. It's been days and Adam hasn't called and my husband keep trying to get me to speak to him, but I kept saying I needed time. Am I the a-hole for telling my brother that he's just an experiment? I, 22 female, and my brother, 20 male, are attending different colleges, but they're both in the same city. I'm classmates with this guy, 22 male, let's call him David. He's really handsome, fit and smart, but also quite a player. Most of my female friends have had one-night stands with him, and there are rumors going around about him sleeping with half the college, including some of the teachers. So imagine my surprise when I found out that my brother started dating him. Yeah, he hasn't kept it a secret that he's bi and that he experimented with guys before, but I seriously didn't expect that my brother of all people to be his type. I seriously thought they were gonna break up pretty fast, as David doesn't seem like the type to settle down easily, but surprisingly, him and my brother are still together after over half a year. And my brother has become really annoying during this period. Pretty much all he's doing now is gush about David and act like he's the best thing since sliced bread, not to mention how he's following him like a puppy whenever they go together to an event. Yesterday was my brother's birthday and he once again kept praising David, this time about his cooking skills. Apparently he made him a special dinner and birthday cake, which I said that seemed cheap, and it's kinda worrying that his own boyfriend doesn't want to spend money on him. My brother intervened and said that he never really liked the material gifts for his birthday, and he's so glad that David picked up on that and was willing to put so much effort to make his birthday truly special, which really made him hopeful about their future together. I, however, wasn't impressed and told my brother that he should hold his horses and that David isn't the type to settle down and he's probably just an experiment to him. My brother asked me what the hell I was talking about and I told him about how he used to sleep with pretty much everyone in college before they started dating and that there are even rumors about him sleeping with teachers just to keep his grades high. And considering that his grades haven't lowered since they started dating, I would be on guard around him if I was in his place. My brother went silent and pretty much stopped talking with me for the rest of the day, but at night I got a message from David telling me to stop spreading fake rumors about him and to stop trying to sabotage his relationship with my brother. However, I don't really think I was doing any of that, all I did was just warn my brother about the possibility of getting misled by David down the line, but David doesn't see things that way and thinks I'm actively trying to sabotage them. So am I the a-hole for expressing my concerns to my brother?